Wow.
Hey, everyone.
Welcome to Train Shuffling. God.
I'm Johnny.
I'm Eric. And
We did it.
we've never streamed before, apparently. Because we were just so bad at it. I don't know. We had some interface issues. We were live for 10 minutes on a test stream that has haunted my every waking moment and sleeping moment forever. Hi.
But now we're here.
Can you hear us? Let us know if you're coming. If we're coming through. I got 4 concurrent viewers, but I thought people were waiting around. Anyway, yeah. We're here. Can you see us? I want to confirm before we carry on. What is this chat doing? I don't like that chat. Gonna wait around for a few minutes. Got some viewers. This looks promising. See the right title?
I'm pretty sure we're...
Everybody probably just left because we're almost a half hour late now. 25 minutes late. Apologize for that. What is it?
20 minutes ago when we had our false start, you were telling people, it was only 10 minutes. Why are you complaining? We didn't
I know.
We didn't know they couldn't hear us.
Let me click on the link that I shared to see if we are in fact live on my phone.
Yeah, hopefully you didn't share the test screen.
It appears that we are, yes. Lots of delay though. It's not popping up in this live chat. That's funny. But I see it in here.
We have a lag? Yeah.
I don't know if is the latency really bad?
I thought you just said that.
No, the chat it's not updating on there, but I can see, Joe and Dan. Hi guys. All right, we figured it out, and I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just going to look at the chat on my phone, and that'll be that.
Hopefully, it's just a delay between us saying stuff and them hearing us, not an actual lag issue.
Yeah, no, Joe. It's normal lag. It's just that the chat is only appearing on my phone and not on the computer. That's all.
All right.
Hi, we're here.
We're here. We are going to unbox for the second time and sticker for the first time 1861 and 1867.
Yeah, sorry. So you missed the exciting shrink unwrapping of Johnny's copy. So Josh of Grand Chunk Games was kind enough to send us a review copy. That is this copy of the game. Johnny was also fervent enough about this game that he went out and got the Kickstarter version of it, which has 2 sets of tokens, 1 for each game.
That was an add-on, so not every Kickstarter.
That's right, yeah. If you got that add-on, and this is the standard version with 1 set of tokens. So we're going to do a live unboxing and a live stickering of the game. I'm just noticing that there's Russian on the top of this. So... Yeah. So let's, I guess, switch over to our overhead camera.
Yeah, and there's Canadian on the other side.
View. Yeah, and maybe if I pop the chat out, there we go. If I pop the chat out, we can see it on here.
Cool.
Great. Okay. So without further ado, so let's open up our boxes. See who's here. Who we got? We got Dan. We got Joe Leon. Hey, Joe. Main screen turn on. Don't know what that means, Mike. But we're here. Yeah. Okay. So let's open this box up and see what's going on. It's a slow lift because it's got a lot of pressure.
All right.
Woo!
It's open. Paper money.
Fire starter.
Fire starters.
Yeah. I'm gonna get rid of that. If you're new to the hobby and you're watching this with us or after the fact, get poker chips.
I'm not going to unwrap everything. We've got our shares and our trains here.
Yep.
There was one company swap where the abbreviation and color is correct, but the company names were swapped.
Oh, yeah. Finally got the thing up. Yeah, there's a minor, but the colors are right, and they're totally usable, in my opinion. And I think that Josh is working to fix that.
Yep. We got lots of tokens, which we'll get to shortly.
This is the primary event, and a big bear. Let's get the bear out. That seems important.
Hey.
And appropriate both for Russia and Canada, the bear. Right?
Yeah.
Look at that guy. Is that a priority deal marker?
And some giant cylinders as well.
And yeah, these are the national, or no, these are like the phase markers, I think. These are both like, you know, yeah, I believe these are the phase markers, these big guys.
These are the charters, which are a nice, thick linen finish. So they're double-sided with Canada on one side, Russia on the other side.
Right. Oh, I should move.
We've got some phase charts and general cheat sheet operating round stuff for both games, back and front. 6 copies of those. The minor charters.
Whoa!
Whoa! What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm crazy. I'm trying to move the webcam, and it's hard. Can I move it? Yay! I can. There. That's better.
All right. Yeah. So charters and whatnot.
Right. And did you mention the loans thing?
I did not.
Yeah, there's like a spot on here for loans. It says, you know, loans for the minors. It says max 2 in a little spot there. That's kind of cool. And then in the majors, which can have 5 loans, it has 5 spots for loans, which I think is kind of nice to build right into the thing. And it got little reminders: share on charters, pay their dividends to the company for this guy, and a spot for your shares to go, and then what the miners are nationalized by. So there was a question actually on Board Game Geek the other day, or last night, that I answered partially incorrectly because of what I'm about to explain. This thing says nationalized if it does not own a train at the end of its operation. It does not own a train at the end of the start of phases 4 or 6, which is weird. For this game, it's a difference where as soon as the 4 is bought, if you're, you know, when this thing gets, if your 2s are rusted and there's no 3s in the minors, it goes
right.
on,
But
like
in 61, it's only if it's operated.
Sure. I think that's in both cases.
Oh.
I think only if they're operated is both, but that technically happens to the majors too. But it's a may.
Oh.
It's like if it's trainless at the start of phase 4 or 6, the director may decide that they want it to nationalize, but they can choose to have it not nationalized. And because that almost never happens, I think, like rusting, I don't know, if you don't have a permanent train, it's like this game isn't generally one of those games. Like you probably have a permanent train in this game without too much trouble, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's only the handful of times I've played, but that caught me off guard. I was like, oh, I was mostly thinking about minors.
Yeah, I mean, because it makes sense. It's probably comes up a lot more with minors because it's not just when you're caught with your pants down. Like you may want to liquidate a minor.
Yeah.
Because you actually get your money back.
Right. Yeah, mostly. Unless you have loans.
Yeah, unlike other games where you just lose all the value, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
So here's the quick start manual. Obviously, I haven't read through it, but just flipping through it, it looks like it takes a little more high-level approach to explaining what train rusting is and what all the different components are.
He got shuffling trains in the wrong order, though. It should have said train shuffling.
He probably had it there, but he didn't want to put a trademark
symbol next to it. Missed opportunity. Okay.
So yeah, this looks like a pretty well laid out for a new player rulebook, which is something that's sorely needed in the genre. So I haven't read through it, but it looks pretty good at first glance. And then there's your standard big rulebook with all of the minutia. That's probably more akin to what we're used to seeing.
Yeah. It's a pretty good rulebook. I was actually reading through it last night for that post on BGG. Yeah, these player aids. I guess you already. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I
did show those.
Get those out of the way. I'm going to put all my stuff in my box top on the ground, so I have table space for the stickering. So here's the difference, I guess, in our copies is that I have. Or no.
Well, the sticker
sheets are the same.
I just have a second set of tokens.
You have 2 bags of tokens, and I have 1. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to set those aside because we're going to use those shortly. Is anybody live stickering along with us? I hope so. That'd be cool. And then
so here's our track tokens.
Track tokens have a fancy side and a non-fancy side. I'm curious to try out these trays because hypothetically, or I've heard that the tile trays are easier to use with one side versus the other.
Yeah, the fancy side is supposed to be easier.
If your fancy side is up, and then a lot of space in here for these tile trays. And then here's the board and the train yard. Should we clear off the
So I actually
table?
like the fancy side, but I kind of wish that the station holes were white.
Yeah.
But I like that there's a little embellishment. I think that looks nice. But yeah, the white stations I think would have been nicer for me.
Here, let's clear off the table and put out the boards real quick. Very exciting.
What, the main?
Joe's already
board?
stokered. Yeah. Let's put it out on the table so people.
Yeah, Joe actually did a video.
I know. Joe's been
showing people how to organize the tokens.
Going to town.
All right, so let's take a look at these.
Joe in chat here, by the way, in case anyone is watching or has seen his videos, or 18xx training. He's starting his wonderful journey into 18xx media, and we welcome him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the tile trays out of the box.
Yeah, Joe and I were chatting this morning about audio setup. I know we're just starting to get a little more into it.
I was discussing it with him yesterday.
Ah, nice.
Okay,
so here's the.
I'm having a struggle.
Well, I'll let you struggle while I start talking about these. So these are. Oh, so these
stock
are
market train yard.
The phase.
Right.
Phases.
Goes on there.
Phase marker says everything that happens in each phase, and we got the train yard, the big pool. This is pretty nice. I like that. I think the artwork is well done.
It's interesting. I haven't had a chance to look through these graphical representations of everything that changes as you look through the phases. But it's nice for a beginner, I think.
Yeah, and it's colorblind friendly. He has symbols on
squares
the track,
or green phase,
triangle for yellow,
circle for brown.
So that's a nice touch.
Cool. And this is the Canada side. Is there one on the back for the Russia side? What's different between those two? Is it the upgrades or something, or
is there...
I don't know.
I actually don't know. I'd have to study this a little more closely.
Yeah.
Probably not a lot of difference in the phases, but yeah, it's got the Russian.
Hey Scott, thanks for joining us. Sorry we're late, everybody. We were streaming to a test stream that was private. That I have I can't manage to delete it in YouTube. It's annoying.
Right here we've got the stock market. So this it's interesting because it's a separate market, which I believe in the original production, the AG production, it was on the board.
Yep.
So if you had 61, you had
the
other side, this market, which is a two-dimensional market.
Which he just has it as the grid market.
And if you had 67, you had this one. But now that it's separate, you can just use the column market if you want to simplify it. And I've heard that a lot of people prefer to do that, do it this way.
I'm curious because there's not, right, in this game, these are very operational games. They're not, they're not like 1830. And this doesn't really add a whole lot besides sort of a layer of confusion, I think. What makes it go up or down? Sold out goes up, but you go sold out up one value on the other one, right? Like, I'd love to know actually what the differences are.
Sold out goes to the right.
Yeah. So, and then down is obviously sold by the president or withhold, right? That's share of major companies sold by president is down, no dividend is. So he's just consolidated these two directions into left and these two directions into right.
If you look down, diagonally to the right, you can see that all these values are the same, meaning that going to the right or going up
is always equivalent.
Is always going to be equivalent.
This just offers ledging versus the other one not.
Right.
That's the only difference, I think. Is it?
I'm not experienced enough to know if there would be other implications, but that's the first one that comes to mind for me, is that there's ledges on there.
Well, I guess technically you could be 90 here but not 90 there and not be able to. Oh, those are just par values. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the benefit.
I'll try 61 with the column market. See how it goes. I mean, like Dot Games implementation has it grid, right? It's the true to the original, but
I'm sure that will become an option because they've done a lot of.
In 61, the 2D market makes it harder to get miners up to the grow up column rather than having them merge to get a major. Right. Okay. So it's the convert versus merge.
Okay.
Because of the way it's structured, I guess. So what is is it blue?
Because you can convert
in blue, which is up here 165 to 100. And then what is it on the other side? 100 to 165. Same prices, but you're moving right by paying. You start maybe if you start at you can start at 50 down there, right? So a lot of them will start down at 50, and you got to move. You got to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times to get to convert if you start at 50. Yeah. What is it if you go to the other side? This is what you tuned in for, right? If you start at 50, 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times.
I don't know, Scott. Why is it harder?
Here we sit.
One thing that is unusual with the 1D market: no double jumping. Yeah, that's well. It's not unusual necessarily, Joe. It's just not a rule in this game, right? So like, there are like 18 EU is a you pay your value, you move to the right, you can't double jump. Kind of game.
Yeah,
there's a whole subset of games that are operational in nature that are not like double, triple, quadruple jump games. Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't notice this on the inside of the box. There are cool pictures of trains. Josh, nice little touches. I like it.
All right, let's show the board real quick.
You could end up being further left with a high enough stock value, but not in the right column to convert. Yeah, okay.
Oh, because if you're sold out wouldn't apply to miners.
Right. You're like, oh yeah, sold out doesn't do it. I don't know. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I was thinking if you were sold out, you'd move up, but you wouldn't be any closer to.
Yeah, right, because you're moving up and not to the right.
You don't have a sold out miners thing, so I don't know how that works.
There's a board.
Yep.
61
so
side.
this is 61. It looks pretty nice. I really like the shade. I like this shade of red. This is more pleasing to me than like the standard color palette.
Yeah, I think it's been tweaked in a nice way.
Yeah.
So small critique. I don't personally love the rivers, but oh well. It's trying to do something. I can see like whatever this is, the Sea of Azov. I can't read it here.
The Sea of Azov.
So you can see he's trying to bleed in some geography, but
yeah,
I don't know. They just kind of look weird to me.
It is a little weird because they're not. It's like this is overlaid, so you don't see the blue. You just see like a shadow. Of,
yeah.
So it's green anyways.
Anyway.
But, yeah.
There's my criticism.
Minor.
For the day.
And then this is the 67 side, which has a lot fewer rivers and stuff. So.
Yeah, that's true. Therefore, there's the better game. It does. This was a question when we were playing online. What was up with all these restrictions over here? And it's like Michigan or whatever. Is it Michigan? What's one of the Great Lakes? I'm bad with lake
and the question geography. Was why that text even exists or something?
I think it had to do with I just touched my mic. That like there might be a tile that you want to lay pointing in that direction and have it not be illegal because it's pointing at an off-board.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
22 just does this.
The spikes, yeah. The spikes. But this game was designed before spikes were a thing. And why change it is,
Right.
Yeah, the art on the train card is well, Joe. It's pretty good.
You want to get to the main event?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I do want to, I'm going to put a handful of these tokens in and let's see. I want to see firsthand.
All right, I'm going to start organizing my tokens, splitting my tokens up.
Where'd I put them? Here's a tray. Moment of truth. So the sticker sheets have color coding on the side that you're just going to go through and as patiently as you can, find all the ones that match closely, and there's some that don't match perfectly, and then you just need to use some logic and judgment on what is the closest. Lake Huron. Thank you, Michael. All right, so there's the tray. Let's see. So this is supposedly the bad side. If I put the non-fancy side in, 1, 2, 3.
I can definitely appreciate people's complaint about the matching the colors. It looked so much more obvious when they were already next to him in Joe's video.
Yeah.
But it's not as obvious in person.
Okay, all right. So last one is a tiny bit, it sort of gets stuck a little bit. I can pull it out with my finger. Yeah, okay. You know what? It's a real criticism.
Because Eric says so.
For me, no. I just wasn't sure. So let's try. The hypothetical solution is to flip these over, and I can see how that one sharper edge on the punch versus the rounded over edge wants to grab onto the side. So if I put it in this way, let's see. So I can take these out, and it's really just the last one for me. That was a problem. So last one, yeah, slides right out. So keep your tokens fancy side up in the tray, and they work great. They slide right out, but there we go. Yep, it doesn't want to come out until you maybe you sort of poke around a little bit to the side. Okay, well, I think that's fine for me. I'll just put these in that way.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that.
I'm not worried about any of this stuff. It'll come right out. All right, let me get my stickers out too. So what's going on, everybody? Did you get the double token? So this copy, Scott, is Johnny's copy, and he has the double tokens. In my copy, which is provided to us by Josh at Grand Trunk Games, is a regular standard version. An old cardboard station marker glued to the top really helps. Right, yeah, so Joe, in his little video, which you can find on BGG, is he's got a token, one of the punch outs, a bunch of the extra tokens from 1849, I believe, from AAG, and he glued those to the dots on the
I haven't opened 49, so I was a little confused about why there's so many extra.
It's because of the way that the punch sheets are done. There's the terrain markers in that game. They're all cardboard chits, and after a certain number of terrain markers, I guess, Scott just said, I don't need to do any more of these, and they're just blank.
Oh, okay.
They're just blank markers, so he just used those. Is that still enough room for all tiles to fit in the trays? Yeah, I think so, Rob. It's not too much of a height difference for him. It's one cardboard chit height difference.
Yeah, I think, right. It fits 5 instead of 6.
Yeah.
Actually, Joe's in there, so he can answer that.
He was asking him. I just answered for him incorrectly. So something we did on the test stream that we should do now is so if you're a listener to the podcast, cool, thanks for listening. If you're not, go check it out. A Train Shuffling podcast on Anchor or any podcast distribution thing. But we asked, our listener question last time was, what is, give us your 18xx elevator pitch. And we came up with our own. And Josh has his own. What is 18xx? So let's read his.
I was like, we already did that, but that was on the first.
It was on the test stream, yeah. 18xx is a system inspired by Francis Tresham's 1829, a game originally published in 1974 about investing in and operating railroad companies. The system offers interactive gameplay with minimal random elements, leading to a fulfilling competitive experience. The 18xx system has been used in hundreds of games that alter both rules and geographical setting to create vastly different play experiences. Doesn't really go into a whole lot, but this explains stuff. But so interestingly, he does not mention trains.
Yeah, nobody does.
Or a stock market. I think it's important.
I do too. I think that a lot of people have been saying things like that theme isn't in the important thing that sells the game or whatever, but I disagree. I think that in our 18xx community that may be true. But I think for the greater gaming community, I think theme is very important, and a lot of people judge a book by its cover.
The greater good. Cover. Yeah.
And I think that not talking about the theme is an important part of selling a game. I do think that, from our experience, we weren't trained guys. And
definitely not.
That was not a selling point for us. So I can see what people mean. And we've grown to like trains quite a bit now because of these games. But I think, my point, I think, still stands that theme is very important to a lot of people.
Did he say railroad? No. Did I mess it up? Yeah, he probably did. Where is it? It says the age of steam. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Yeah, investing in and operating railroad companies. Oh. I'm sorry, that's a total lie. Wow. Thanks, Mike, for keeping us honest.
You can tell I wasn't listening to you reading.
Yeah, I know. Well, because you already heard it once. Man, interestingly, he didn't say what he said. Oh, it's such baloney.
I just blindly trusted you.
Yeah. So one hint when you're sorting these tokens out is that if there are only 2 of them, it's probably a minor. If there are more than 2 of them, it's probably a major. So I just opened a bag that have 4 purple and 4 brown of the same color. So it might be hard to tell the difference on the camera, but on Johnny's sticker sheet, you can see that over here there are so, like the actual icons. So like Grand Trunk is there, you know, and all these different symbols. That's the New York, I think, NYC. Those are the majors. And so you know if you open a pack of 4, then you want to go to one of those and match those colors.
So is that different in? Or are these maybe my double sets? Because I've got.
You have right. You'll have a double set of a lot of them. So
I've just been putting them all here, and I figured once I get through the stacks, I would split them up if need be. Because I don't know what goes. It doesn't label them as one for one game and one for another.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out as we go.
So is anybody in here actually playing in-person games again, or are we still all not doing that? My parents got, my mom is fully vaccinated now, so that's exciting. My dad is scheduled. It will be scheduled soon, I guess. So that's
my wife is scheduled.
Oh yeah, but you're not, and I'm not.
Mid-April. I'm not eligible. I'm the last.
Yeah, I'm the last group.
So.
So this is interesting.
So some of these are actually pretty difficult to tell.
2 smalls for minors, 4 smalls for majors, or twice for the double stickers, but they'll be in 2 groups of bags, right? Yeah.
Well, so it's weird because I've got these all came. Oh, these might have come from different bags. I might have just.
Yeah. So something that generally when you're doing this, and especially with this game, since there are so many colors, is you just keep sorting them as they make sense, and eventually you'll end up with some that you're not sure about, and you'll have a smaller number of options to choose from. My only in-person games since last March have been with my 4-year-old. Well, that's good family time. I think my wife is actually playing Monopoly Junior with my daughter, who got it from as a birthday present from a little 5-year-old friend, and she's been super excited about it. I'm like, Monopoly Junior, really? That's the game that you're excited about? I've bought you like 10 different other like Habba games and stuff.
Which it was Mabel?
Yeah, it's my 5.
I thought she has been interested in games.
She has been playing, but she's been so excited about Monopoly Junior, and it's like, God, okay, that's great. That's very good. I'm not
because your other daughter does not really.
She's not really a gamer yet.
Interesting game.
Not yet. Sometimes she actually enjoyed. We play Santorini. We played it, and she. What?
Sorry, continue.
That she was playing that game with me, and I think she thought she was going to win, and I beat her like surprisingly, and she like started to cry. It was heartbreaking. I was like, "Oh no, oh sweetie, like."
Why didn't you lose on purpose?
No, that's not how that works in my house. But you know, we talked about it, and she figured it out later. Anyway,
there's a new game by that designer coming out.
Oh really?
Called Ragnaroks. It's another. Very similar, like art style. It's Norse themed.
Yep.
It looks pretty cool. I don't know if it's. I mean, it hasn't been around as long as Santorini, so I have no idea if it's going to be as good of a game. But I'm considering backing it just because I like Santorini so much.
Santorini is a fun game. I like it, and especially for her. But we're finally at the point now with her where we can like read the special powers, and I can explain it to her, and she can try and use them and stuff, and so that's fun. Scott saying, when actually stickering, be careful because the bottom stickers aren't quite in the same order as the top stickers. Okay. That's interesting. My local gaming group has been doing the Discord BGA thing, but all the train gaming I've gotten in the last year has been on 18xx.games with online acquaintances. Yeah, we've been playing a lot online. We have not played an in-person train game besides Johnny and I playing 60 together, 2-player, because we're you know, we've been potting. I think I've only seen you socially like 5 times over the course of COVID.
Oh, the whole year, yeah.
Yeah. And I think there are, which we should probably go through the exercise of reading. Can you grab me the rule book and a quick start guide?
So yeah, I mixed up some colors, and the only reason that I identified it was because of knowing that there's only 2 for the minors and 4 for the majors. So that's a good.
Can I have the rule book?
Yes.
Because I believe there are some instructions in here on like how to do stickering, or maybe that's in the other thing. Notes of the new edition. He did change, so like public companies are now referred to as majors. He consolidated some language in here. And he actually only uses the dollar symbol in the rule book instead of rubles.
Oh, these must...
But you're not listening, so that's fine.
No, I
okay.
Dollar sign.
Oh, look at you. Okay, so it's not in here. I thought there was some instruction on like when you're stickering. No, maybe it's in the thing over here. Oh no, it's actually on the actual sticker sheets. Step 1. Lay all wooden pieces on matching spots before applying stickers. Step 2, apply all stickers in front of the tokens. Yeah.
All right, so like for example, this dark blue here.
Yes.
Looks like it should go on the CNO.
Right, but the number of tokens.
But the number of tokens, well, I have 4, but I think that's 4 between both sets.
Okay, well it might be a little bit more confusing for you than on mine.
I have 2 stacks of 4 of the lighter blue, but that doesn't seem like the right shade.
We also have some of the larger stickers and smaller stickers as well.
I haven't even started opening the larger tokens yet.
And some thicker ones as well. Huh. I assume that these are the majors that have the funny...
Oh,
Still playing a lot online though, yeah.
These must go
here. The other way to catch which colors are majors is that the majors are the ones with the taller cylinders. Yeah. Right. So these guys that I would just pulled out of my bag that have a thicker side, they correspond to a color in there. Yeah. So those go there. Sort of them all first, matching the taller symbols, then find the companies. Yeah. Oh, so you sorted all your colors all by color first. Yeah, that is a different color. The wider ones, do you know what the wider ones are about? Or is it one wider one per minor? That might be...
I have not opened up any of the larger tokens at all. I'm still working on the little ones.
Okay. We'll get there. My hypothesis is that like these wider, darker blues go with these smaller, darker blues, but I'm not sure yet.
So here are the ones I'm confused about. These are slightly lighter shade than these blues.
Okay.
But I have 2 of each of these, which means that they should go.
Well, what about this one?
The minor, so that should go there.
Yeah.
But it seems backwards because that's definitely a lighter shade of blue than these tokens here.
Yep.
Which have to match up to that blue. So like the CNO and the NW seem like they have the wrong color tokens.
Let's see, we got some chat going on. Is it on the... Still playing a lot online though. The other way to catch, yeah. We sorted them all first, matching the column. Yep, did that. There are 2 large flat ones for the minors and 2 large tall ones for the majors. Yeah. Okay, so the two large flat ones are like these purple ones here. Go along with those. Wider ones are for the stock market. So what I'm hearing and seeing is screen printing as an early stretch goal for the win. Yeah. Smaller are stations, the taller are the majors. Right. Yeah, I guess feedback for Josh for the future probably is just a couple of descriptions on like the different sizes of tokens and what they mean. That would probably help. Because I can see some of the complaints being valid.
The main one that I.
But hopefully we can alleviate that.
The main one I don't like are these blues because they're just not the right color for this chart.
Yeah.
The numbers say that has to be the major.
So the other thing is that as long as you have the right number of tokens for majors and the right number of tokens for the minors, it doesn't really matter. Like if you get the blues perfectly right? The stickers are what matter.
But I am wondering actually, are they definitely so? For here, it's easier because the majors have symbols. But I'm just curious. Like these are definitely all the majors, right? Starting with SE, going to MKN. Those are all majors.
Where are my? They're one-sided, right? These are one-sided. So I have the Canadian version of the stickers, right? I have, I see Canada Maple Leaf, CNO.
Here are your Russians.
But where are the Russian majors?
These. So that's what I was saying. They don't have logos, I think, from the SE down.
Yeah, so right.
But I do want to just check that because it's not as obvious as with 67.
Right. The 67 have actual pictures. Let me see if I can find that. Major companies, 8 major companies, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think so. Okay.
I'm curious on the actual charters if the colors are as off as they are on the tokens. Yeah, that's just, it's so weird because this NW matches up perfectly in shade to those dark blue tokens.
Yeah, I mean, like color, getting colors perfectly.
Yeah,
proofing that's a major challenge,
especially with so many different shades.
And yes, Scott's saying 1889 will be much easier with far fewer tokens. 24 colors is a brutal thing to try and work out. I agree. It's always the majors in the bottom 8 rows of the guide. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right, MKN up through SE here. MKN through SE are the majors for the 61 sheet. Oh, and it does say 1867 market tokens, 1861 market tokens. So the wider ones are these bigger guys, right? And then station tokens. I see. I got to catch up with you. We got a lot of stickering to do after all this sorting. Wider, so this is probably that guy.
The QLS and the, I think the thing is that the shades match perfectly on the opposite tokens. So I actually just think that it might be a printer error, potentially, where they just mixed up the 2 colors.
Okay.
Because even on the charters, this shade matches perfectly with that token, even though that's the one that has the right number. So it's like those 2 colors just got mixed up.
All right.
I mean, it's such a minor print error. You only notice it when you're matching them up next to each other.
What about these white tokens? Do we have a spot for white yet?
Do not.
Okay. The minors are green or yellow stickers. Yeah, right. The minors, all the minor stickers, I did know that, have this yellow or green color scheming. And all the majors have the filigree, these lines coming in from the side. So that's an easy way to tell them apart. The only pictorial token in Russia is the national. Yeah. What is the national? The E, the black one? Where's the national?
What's the
that guy? NW?
No, it's not the NW. It's a 3 letter. I'm drawing a blank right now. It's like the SRS or something like that.
Chat's gonna tell me before I answer it. Whites are the nationals. See you, Rob.
See you, Rob.
Do good, play fair, and leave a smile. What a nice little. There's a name for that in the biz, in the radio biz. It's like your catchphrase. Like what's Ron Burgundy's? Something about San Francisco. I don't know. Stay classy.
Stay classy, San
Yeah.
Francisco.
Maple leaf or Russian symbol. Oh, this thing. That's the national.
Okay.
Okay.
But on the online implementation, I think it's just got letters. I think it's SRS.
You can do simple or not or fancy tokens on Doc Games.
Oh, okay.
So if you have simple tokens, it's the letters. Otherwise, it actually does the stuff. The one with 8 stickers on top and 1 on the bottom. Not sure what you mean, Scott. Not the lettered ones. Okay, these guys are gonna go right there, probably.
So what are the tall ones? Are the majors?
Tall ones are the majors. Probably this color.
Okay.
Oh, I'm doing half. I've been making a mistake. For mine, these are all mirrored, right? So like these pink ones.
All of yours should go next to one sheet.
Yes. Correct.
Okay, so this definitely confirms that these are the same shade as these. So even though it looks like they misprinted it, at least I have the same color majors.
Mm. Yeah, I should have been doing this all next to one of them.
Yeah, you were looking at mine then.
I guess, yeah. Woo! We will be stickering for a while, won't we? What is that blue?
Are you sure you're not having dinner here?
I'm not.
You gonna leave a half stickered game here?
No, if I need to finish stickering up early or late at my place, then that's fine. If we don't, apologies if we don't get through all the stickers, but I don't think anyone's sticking around for that necessarily. I need to see that they got all of them stickered. It's imperative.
Wider tokens don't all sit next to each other.
No, they don't. And you probably could just put them off to the side as long as you keep them in the same order.
I'll put as many as I can in the right spots so I don't make any mistakes. Yeah, I think as far as, despite the complaints about the colors and stuff, I'm not really sure what Josh could have done too differently.
Rob's saying, just different to run your trains and pay your divs. Is that really our catchphrase?
Marlena was asking if we have a catchphrase, and I told her, like, sort of.
And we hate it.
I told her what it was, and I was like, we just kind of like, we were like Robin on How I Met Your Mother when you watch that show? Right?
I did, but I don't remember.
There was an episode where she was interviewing to be, she was going to get deported, so she had to find a job real quick, and she
was Canadian, right?
Yeah, and she took an interview, and she, at the end of her interview, she just starts saying a bunch of different catchphrases, like she doesn't stop. It was like verbal vomit, and it was just like really bad catchphrases.
Verbal diarrhea?
Verbal diarrhea, what did I say?
Verbal vomit.
Oh yeah, that doesn't even make sense. I can't do two things at once. I can't talk and do things.
Yeah, that's hard. I can't be fulfilled in life unless I see all the stickers on your tokens. Oh no, Scott, you're in for such disappointment. That's funny. All right, I think I've figured out the system now. I'm going to keep my large tokens off to the side in the same order as the other ones.
And mostly, I'm just going to.
What do we got? All right, so the grays are a bit of a conundrum, I will say, but I think that they're all understandable in the long run. What are these? These are basically white. That's that color. That's in between the peach and the blue. This will like run much longer. The big ones. So what else has been going on? We've been playing lots of video games, right?
Yeah.
Johnny and I both have a PS5. Yeah. We are sort of in tandem playing games so that we can chat about them. And we got through Demon's Souls, which was fantastic.
That was a 10 out of 10. For me.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Not super long though.
I may have even. I mean, there are things that Dark Souls clearly did better. I mean, it took its lessons from Demon's Souls.
Yeah,
obviously.
They iterated.
But
right?
I think I might like Demon's Souls a little better.
Interesting.
I mean, the level design is better. The whole world design is better in Dark Souls. But
anybody else in chat play any of those, or no? Are we just talking to ourselves?
Anyway,
I mean,
surprisingly, a lot of our
there's a fair amount. Yeah,
play.
yeah, a fair amount of people in our Discord who have been chatting about the Dark Souls, the Soulsborne games with us, which has been fun.
I'm very excited for Wednesday.
What's
My
Wednesday?
theoretical Steelbook trilogy is coming in.
It's a special edition of these video games.
I just don't believe that it's it, because they have a picture of the Steelbook, but the title just says trilogy, and I'm wondering if they put the wrong picture. But I did email them and ask them if the Steelbook trilogy had shipped, because I hadn't gotten a notice, and they said it did, and they didn't correct me. But I didn't want to email them and ask them if it was the Steelbook trilogy, because I was like, maybe they don't know what they have.
Oh, you're trying to get sneaky.
Because it was $65 and they're selling for it's brand new sealed, and they're selling for $200 to $300 on eBay.
Yeah, it's a rare item.
And so I was like, I don't want, if they don't know what they have, I don't want to clue them in before I order it.
How sneaky!
And it's eBay; it's protected. Like, if I get the wrong item, I can return it. So I figured it was worth the risk.
Right.
But I'm very excited. I hope it's the right one.
Yeah, Scott's saying FPS and similar games tend to make me motion sick. Unfortunately, I don't really have the reflexes for them either.
Well, Demon's Souls is not FPS.
It's not FPS, but it is. I can see getting motion sickness in that game. But it's quite good if you can handle that. But yeah, definitely all the 3D type games definitely require a little bit of. I don't know. I can see that being a problem for some people. All right, we got it down. I think I understand how this works.
Okay, so now I'm actually gonna. I know this is probably gonna drive people nuts because I'm misaligning it now, but I'm gonna pull this a little closer to me and then start.
Sure.
They're on the right order though.
Yeah, you just need things in the right order.
So that just tells me what the acronym is, the abbreviation, so I can now put them next to. I was trying to split this apart. I thought these were two tokens stuck together for some reason.
Shazner, I played an imported Chinese version of Demon's Souls on the PS3 before it was ever planned on getting a US port. Had full English and everything. Wow. You were in before it was cool, huh? I think you mentioned... Did you mention that in Discord? I don't know. Yeah, super good games. What about train games? Maybe we should take it back to trains, since that's our
is that our thing?
What is it? It's not coup de grace. That is not at all the thing. Our what is the French term for raison d'être or whatever? That's what it is. It's
What's
not
the
how
French
you pronounce
word
it.
for the French word?
No. I realized what the answer was, and it's probably not at all pronounced that way. It's like raison d'être or something like that. Basically, in French, my understanding of the language is if there are extra letters, don't say them. Just say the beginning and end of all words.
Oh, is this just... Dude.
It's like your reason for existence or whatever. I think that's sort of what it means.
So there's a... Is this just to be able to flip it to the logo side versus the... Why is there... Oh, no, there must be more tokens because there's a... Wait, what? This is the...
I think one side for... Yeah, so yours is going to be blank on one side.
Mine is different because...
So with your version, since you have double the tokens, you will have
these are
one side that's 61 and blank on the other, and one side, and then on the other side, it'll be one side that's 67 and then blank on the other.
Right.
Mine will be double-sided because I have one set of tokens and two sticker sheets.
Yes, I didn't realize that my... Wait, so do I have an extra...
Oh, nice, Shazner. You were on that. I actually haven't gotten a chance to look at it. So Shazner played 18 New England with the Bankruptcy Club crew last night. Lost by only a few bucks. Yeah, I've been meaning to... So I've been playing 67 a fair amount on Dot Games. I've played it maybe 5 times now. We're trying to work up to a strategy guide with that, but or an episode where we talk strategy with a fan of the game who's played a lot, excuse me. And so 61, 67, and 18 New England are all pretty well tied together. They're all pretty close. And so I'm interested to revisit that after playing this. All right, I've got all my stickers in roughly the right order. Wait, this one's yours, right? Where's it mine?
No, I have mine right here.
How many white tokens do you have? 1, 2, 3,
I have
4, 5,
18.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
So
why is there one white token in a separate bag? That's interesting.
So I just have to say this is a little confusing. So he provided... You're actually going to have extra stickers.
Am I?
Because you only have one set. Because the phase tracker token has a black and white side and a colored side, but since you have one set of tokens, you actually need yours to have Russian side and Canada side. So you're not going to have the grayscale stuff on the back of your tokens, right?
Hmm? Which one are you talking about?
Aren't the grayscales for when you flip it over to say that it's operated?
Let's see. What's TR here?
And then there's a colored TR on this side. But on yours, you're actually going to have the colored TR on one side and then the Russian BBG on the other side.
This is a market token one.
Right.
You
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do get what you're saying. I'm trying to figure it out. Mike, the large diameter tokens are double stickers in both of your sets. They have full color on one side and faded. Oh, they're double. Oh, there we go. No, the stock tokens were always provided as two sets.
Oh, okay. So you got
stock ones, so you can say which ones have operated.
Yes.
Okay,
I thought you would just see the Russian side when the Canada company operated.
And
that was weird to me.
I thought it was going to be confusing, actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little annoyed at that, but no, that's fine if they're double-sided only on the station token side.
So we both have two of the tall tokens.
Yes.
Got it.
Yep.
That makes more sense.
Thank you, guys, Scott and Mike. Yeah, that makes much more sense. It's tough because, yeah, I guess if you didn't know that the other set existed, that there's two sets, you could be confused. Or if you did know that they existed, I guess. I don't know.
I could actually see. Well, I guess I didn't know how many tokens you had of each, but I could see potentially somebody stickering it the way I said, thinking they only had one set of tokens. That must be how it's done, and then realizing that they've just put the wrong stickers on their tokens.
So I've seen a lot of pictures where people are. So here's what I don't understand. Why are you doing what you're doing? Because I've seen all these photos of people laying matching stickers on the tokens, but when you actually want to take the sticker off, you're going to have to pick the sheet up and everything's going to move.
I guess because I've seen other people.
Why did people do that? Oh, I guess you just lay them out on one sheet. You use the other sheet. Oh, but it's for me, though. For me, I'll use the other sheet. I don't know. I'm just going to do this in order. I'm just going to say, MKN. Here's MKM. There's MKN. I'm going to pick this up and take these stickers on and put them on there. Yeah, thanks, guys, for that was silly. I guess we're showing here's the confusion as you go through all this stuff. What you might be confused by. All right, so first trial. Let's take a MKN sticker. MKN down at the bottom. I like to use my thumb as a guide down here and then take the sticker and put the edge of it right up against my thumb.
I actually planned for this. I'm going to use.
I leave most of it unstickered and get it aligned, and then I press. And so if you've been doing this for a while, and this one fits actually very nicely, but sometimes the wood won't be perfect and you'll have the sticker will poke over, and this happens on all AV games and this one too. Sometimes I'll use the back of my thumb and sort of just roll the token around on the edge of my thumbnail so that it sort of rounds off the edge, if that makes sense. That's usually what I do.
So for anyone that's a little more
them
OCD,
in the same organization off the sheet, yeah.
For anyone who's a little more OCD, you could also stick it to an X-Acto knife, and then it kind of hovers over the token while you line it up, and then you press it down once you've got it lined up.
So I've done the same too, especially with poker chips. But I find that this works pretty well. Like the other thing you can do is just pinch the sticker. It's floating right now on my fingers, just off the edges, and then you just touch both sides.
This is the first time I've ever tried this with the tokens.
Yeah, gently get it on there.
Worked really well with the poker chips. I figured I'd give that a shot.
And I have not found that the tokens ever, the stickers just come off because there's there's an edge that's free or something. Wait a second. Have I screwed up already?
I don't know.
Oh, there's a little MCAN down here. Okay, they're not all in the same spot. So there's 3 up here. And then on my sheet, I'm going to move this forward a little bit so that we can see. Oh, no, it's over here. There's 3 MKNs on the top, and then there's 1 down here. You just need to find them. Oh, wait a second. That's the revenue token. Is there an MCAN? Why do we have 4?
Are you on the small tokens? There's 3 up here.
Yeah.
And then 1 down here.
Right, but that says revenue tokens. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There's
so
a
one goes
revenue.
on the revenue
It's a small
track.
one for the revenue token.
Yeah.
Okay. They're the same size though.
Yes.
Kind of use the gripping fingers and placing fingers at a 90-degree angle to help align them.
I may not use the.
Not sure exactly what you mean, but yeah, everyone's you know all you got to do is like do a couple of them, figure out what works best for you.
I don't know where the cover went for this thing.
It's very small and translucent.
Oh, there
it is. Yeah. So I don't know what else is new. What's going on? Johnny's got. We can see behind us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shrink wrapped 18xx games. Actually, and he pulled this out of the stack.
You know what? I can show people. I'm gonna just
Joe, if I'm folding laundry, if you need me, say my name. Nice. All right. Revenue and station stickers are the same. They're just in different spots on the sheet. Yeah. Oh yeah, so we can see. Yeah, there's all that. No, you're on them right now. Yeah, there's a stack of train games waiting to be unboxed and stickered.
My basement has become a huge mess. I actually have
no it's not so bad.
Kanban EV over there, but I actually did take the shrink out, but I didn't open anything inside. I've got my map for the Steam in the shrink.
Yeah.
I've got games over on the other shelf in the shrink. It's crazy. I guess I still kept finding games. I still have Aquasphere and anything.
Aquasphere. Awesome.
I've been on that 4 years now, I think.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Is this good?
I think so. Yeah, maybe a smidge that way. There you go. And then so for the big ones for the majors. So I just did the MKB. Oh, you didn't take it with you? Okay. I got all my AAG Wave 2 games and a copy of OG 1840, copy of 1840 in recently too. So I didn't get 1840. I don't really know much about it. I missed the Kickstarter for it. I didn't realize you got it. I think maybe you mentioned it and I forgot. So
do you want a copy?
I don't know.
Because I did, I think I still have time. I backed 18 mag just for $1, just to get in on the Play Manager case. And I might be able to do it as an add-on.
Oh, Scott, I finally stickered off and didn't quite order all of the Wave. Slacked off. Yeah, I slacked off. Didn't quite order all of the Wave 3 and 4 games. Although I do have the original 1882 coming in Wave 3. I wouldn't call that slacking off, Scott.
Being responsible.
Yeah, being like financially responsible. Like these games are not cheap.
We didn't get all of them.
Oh yeah, we didn't. Right.
Between the two of us, did we?
We got most of them between the two of us, but definitely not all. We didn't get like 18MS.
Right.
West, we didn't get. Yeah, a handful.
I did originally order West.
Right, but you got Heartspawn in 37, right?
And USA.
In USA, I did not get USA, but I got 22CA. Does that cover everything for that wave?
Yeah. That's
1860, right? 1860 is coming for us as well. There's so many of these. All right, so for mine, I got my first major.
My OG 1860 is gone.
And then it's nothing on the back, but it will need this on the back, right? Or no, it's double. This is where it's double sided. So MKN over here has a grayed out thing. So I
will say that because of the stream lighting, like our lighting conditions for the camera are good, but for seeing the sticker on the token, I'm struggling. It's a little too dark in here for me. For those of you that don't know, we have lights pointed away from us, and when I got the basement finished, I did not get lights directly overhead, so we wouldn't have glare.
Which is a good thing.
But it's not ideal when you actually need to see things in person. But it works well for not putting glare into the camera.
Right. All right, so here's an example of a fully stickered, or actually, no, it's not fully stickered yet, but the major tokens. Right, so I have on one side, so I guess, and let me finish and we'll review.
They do overhang a little bit.
Yeah, but honestly, like no more than I've noticed on AAG games.
Yeah. I just wish they were actually smaller than the tokens. I'd rather have a little bit of a border than overhang for sure.
But I'm surprised. Honestly, I'm surprised that I've heard so much. Maybe I'm hearing so much complaint about the stickers because no, because the people that are getting them maybe are not used to that. I don't know. It's standard operating procedure for me that the stickers are generally like not perfect. They overhang. All the AAG games that I've ever put stickers on have tokens that are, milled weird on one side a little bit. There's slight imperfections, and it's fine. So I'm surprised. You may wish to consider not putting the gray back stickers on the marker tokens right away. Some people think that the faded back isn't distinct enough. Instead of just doing it blank.
I could take it off if I need to, but I like it on there, especially with some of the shades being so close to each other. I'm going to do it.
Well, so I want like a gray one. Are there any gray majors? No.
Actually, there's only one of each color, or there's two greens, I guess.
Right. Yeah. So you could just not use those stickers.
Yeah, I like it though. I don't know.
Right.
I think it's distinct enough in person, anyways. Maybe not maybe it doesn't show on the camera, but I could always peel it off if I need to. I don't think it's going to ruin the token.
Yeah, I'm going to put them on. I'm going to play as designed at first, but yeah, that's a good point, Scott. That's good. Thanks for chiming in. All right, so I did do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then the last one here is this MKN. Okay, where are we at? How long have we been streaming? I'm curious. I've been streaming for an hour, and I've got my first set. My majors are done, and this is because we're chatting and we didn't have this set up. Hopefully, if you watch some of this ahead of time, you'll be able to kind of breeze through. But there's my full set of my MKN. I know this is hard to see, but I've got MKN on one side. I'm not sure what the 67 is because it's just a symbol, but there's the symbol for the major, and then on the back side, the grayed out version of each of them. And then there are 4 station tokens, all with one version of the graphic on one side, and then MKN on the other. So that one is done. Woo! Now we're really cooking with gas. Yeah, Scott said he put his stickers on. Yeah, no, it's valid. For people it's totally like a lot of games don't have a backed one on the thing you flip over. So I guess I'll start up here and do a minor and make this easier to pull away from you. So this top one is the RO and the BO. Okay.
So I guess this was done to make it easier for people to know what tokens were what, but it's a little weird to have one of the small tokens in a different spot.
Yeah, it's a bit funny. I agree. Right. Yeah, the RO, it's not all right. I'm taking the RO from the top of the sheet and then taking the RO from the bottom of the sheet, and that will go on the back. Actually, they will go on one side of each of the small tokens, and then there's the BO one that corresponds on the other side. But what you don't want to do is put the RO minor tokens on the front and back of the same one. They want to go on 2 different tokens.
Right. You either have a blank side or 2 different sides.
Right. Yeah. The fact that they're differentiating a revenue token and a station token is a bit funny because it's probably just going to confuse somebody.
Yeah, I always figured that was what the component list on the rulebook was for.
Right. Right, now that I have my 2 RO stickers, I flip them over. There's 2 blank sides, and I'll put 2 BOs on there. I got the double stickers, but after seeing how everything came out, I'd not have been too disappointed to have double-sided them. Yeah.
So
it's not too bad.
I don't think I don't think it's too bad. I mean, stickering wise, I don't know that.
No, I mean,
would matter,
like,
but like
in use, I think it'll be fine.
I would not want to. I mean, I guess it depends if you're colorblind or not. Like, if you don't care which side is up, and as long as the right color's up, it's easy. But like, I would want the right symbol up, and I wouldn't want to have to spend time every game.
Well, I mean, look at this. This is the B&O and the R&O, and the text is actually different. This is the 61 text.
Mhm.
and you can't see this in stream, I'm sorry, but if you look in person, the BO is a much thicker, bolder font, and the RO on the backside is a thinner font, and they're very easy to tell apart. So you can,
I do think the style is kind of funny with the Russian companies.
You're right, but it's very distinct.
Part of the
though.
letter, part of the letters like cut off or underlapping the first letter.
So that's. Oh no, I bumped everything.
I guess it's really not any different than if I took out all my tokens and some were on the blank side and I had to flip them over.
Yes,
it's really not that different.
Yeah.
But for some reason, from the way my brain works, it would bother me more to have to flip over tokens from the Russian side to the Canada side than it would to flip over a blank.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah. And now with the big tokens, again, you want the matching thing on the back to say the RO has operated. Yeah. So I originally was like, oh, I think I'll really want the 2 sets, but I actually think it's totally fine. Either way. If you got it, great. If you didn't, it doesn't matter. Going to wait until it hits the table before I decide about blanking the backs. Right. Yeah, you can try it out. It's something that's easy to decide, I think. Okay. It's my first minor down.
Oh wait. Are there 2 MKs? Oh, that's weird.
What's weird?
So is there an MK in both games?
MK, which one? Which one are you pointing at?
Because I've got an MK here.
Yeah, that's this one.
And then there's an MK
that's a minor.
But that's not the one that goes on the back of this, right?
No, the grayed out MK. It's over there on your sheet.
Well, this is a grayed out one, but it's a
grayed out MK with the major graphic.
Oh, I see. I just missed it.
Yep. All right, so the ROBO one is done for me. The minor I get to put away. Yeah, so like a little sticker overhang. I've seen somebody with a thing online where they actually took a Sharpie or an X-Acto knife and like cut the excess off. And I can't imagine spending that amount of time doing that.
I couldn't do that.
It really doesn't matter. Yeah, for storage, it would be easier to store without the double tokens. Right. Anyway.
Yeah, hopefully it all fits in there with the 2 sets.
I mean, it fit packed in there, but like if you have, say if you use the GMT trays to keep them separated or something, then you'd have to have a second set.
I have to follow up with Marcin. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name.
Yep.
I
know who did. From Rails on Boards.
Yeah. He was going to check. I don't know if you saw the thread. I asked if his new mini tile trays for 1822 work with OE. If they fit in the box. Right now I have the GMT trays in there, which work really well, but they have they're wide enough for 2 stacks. So if it gets jostled enough, the stacks could start to combine, which would defeat the purpose. And I've seen some people that like cut out little slits in the plastic and put a piece of cardboard in between.
Okay.
That seems like
it's a lot of effort.
Oh yeah, too much effort for me. So I'm hoping that his new trays fit in there because they're designed for that size tile.
Yeah.
And he said he has a friend who has OE, so he was going to have him actually check. I'm going to follow up with him and see if he did. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that when we, what did I hear? That New Hampshire, that's a Biden thing, right? That at the end of May, supposedly, like he's trying to, or he said that states should make the vaccine available to everybody at the end of May. And I think that if we get, I don't know how you feel about it, and we're on the air, so I'm putting him on the spot, putting Johnny on the spot, about having a third person who's vaccinated to come over and play a 3-player train game.
You mean if
to stream it?
If we are not vaccinated?
No, when we're all vaccinated.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the CDC guidance that I saw was, no extra precautions are needed, and that sounds pretty cool. So I think we're potentially pretty soon getting back to being able to stream in person. more than just 2-player games. Not that we've done a ton of those, but yeah. 67 in one box and 61 in a different box. What? Joe, you have 2 different boxes for this game? No, that must not be what you mean. My storage plan is all the yellow miner tokens together, all the green miner tokens together, then each of the major tokens in a bag with the appropriate major shows. Yeah, okay, just yeah. Yep.
Did Joe confirm if he's really?
Not yet. Joe, what are you talking about?
Maybe he has one of the AAG.
You just have all the old the box for the AEG ones. All right, so this is the miner K3 and PM.
I do get why these are packaged together.
KB.
It is kind of. It would be convenient.
It's not a K3, it's a KB.
I know. That's why I think that that's a weird stylistically. Because it looks a little strange to me.
Nice, Joe. Joe, tell us about these different boxes. Oh, small jewelry boxes.
Oh, inside
the trays, you mean? Small trays? It's not a box. Trays aren't boxes, Joe. Okay, so the rhyme or reason here is that, or at least the method that Josh seems to have used, is that as you go down the line of the miners, the stickers, I'm off camera, the stickers move from left to right as you go down. Nice. I use jewelry boxes to store my tokens and shares. Jewelry boxes. Joe, do you have a link that you can put in chat?
They don't actually. You'll see when you get to these.
Oh no. Well, the majors are different?
Yeah, the majors are not in order.
So far in the minors, from the top, they're going in order.
Yeah, because the majors, it's weird. It's blue, green. It goes this way. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Like bounces back and forth.
Okay.
I don't know why. It actually, I know it seems like a minor thing, but that actually would be much more
easier
if it was lined up that way.
Right. You basically don't need to think as much at that point.
Yeah.
Just go down the line.
Especially with some of these abbreviations being so similar, you know, the MK and the MV don't look all that different at first glance, or the MVR, the MKV, like it could be very easy to put the wrong sticker on.
Yeah.
So having them lined up in order would, I think.
Yeah, the real test will be when you're playing the game if you get confused.
I
don't think you will, personally. All right. I got 2 miners down. I use the jewelry boxes. No, I use small white jewelry boxes to organize my 18xx games. Okay. So like the ones that with an actual top that you take off.
Like the whole game, or is inside of
No, inside of his game he has like companies that are in boxes. Okay. Let's see, the OK is the light blue.
I used to be big on storage solutions because they made setting up the games faster.
I don't think they do.
But then I realized, well, I think they often do, but then you just spend the time organizing it when you put it away.
At the end of the game, yes.
And I realized I actually would prefer it the other way around because I usually have help to set the game up.
Yes.
But then everybody goes home and I'm putting it away by myself, so I'd rather have the extra time to set it up.
I agree with you on all that. I like, so honestly, I like plastic bags for a lot of this stuff where you just like, you keep a company in a plastic bag, and when someone starts it, you give them the bag, and then they open the bag, and they do that work. You don't need to do the, you know.
I've actually gone even further, and I actually, in a lot of cases, like to just put a bunch of tokens mixed up because it's not that hard when you have, you know, 8. I mean, in this case, you have a lot of different colors, but in some cases where you have 6 different companies in the game or 8 companies in the game, to just split up into 8 piles after you dump the bag is easier than opening up 8 bags.
I agree. With a lot of it. It depends on the game, I guess.
Yeah. If but you with like 1817 where you have 20 something companies, I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. Show them in my unboxing / reboxing and instructional videos. Let me look for it. Yeah, I drop a link, Joe.
The tokens, either the tokens or the stickers are not consistent in size because that sticker is actually smaller than the token.
Yeah, I mean tokens, the wood.
Yeah.
The wood is very, you know, it's made from a rod of wood that is not milled to perfect specificity, right?
Yeah.
Like that happens. Yeah. So Johnny and I've probably been driving you up a wall lately with the amount of research and like time I've been spending on our next potential upgrade that we're going to make to the setup for our podcast. Not actually for our video just yet, although we are going to do something about the way that we have this camera mounted, because you can't see it, but it's mounted in a way that can be problematic for when we get more than like 3 people. If we have 4 people, we have to sort of be, you can't tell, but actually you can on the webcam, that we're on the end of the table. But if we ever wanted to sit around the middle of Johnny's table, which is quite big, we can't actually center that camera because of the way that this thing is mounted.
It's difficult to move because the articulating arm just has joints that you have to like screw down to lock them, and you have to really crank them to get the camera to not like slip.
Yeah.
And the camera's really, really light, so it's just the style of the arm is not really designed for what we're doing with it. Did you bring yours?
No, I remember I told you I forgot.
No, I wasn't listening. Did one job.
I love the Seahorse Laser Design 3D printed tile trays.
Those are pretty cool.
The other component organizers, not quite clear that they're better or not, although I like them. One thing I will say about like sorting companies is that in like 1862 and things like that, and I think you said 17, I'm happy to have a GMT tile tray to just put out. And then
when there's that many companies, I don't want to sort it every time.
Yeah.
I think the tiles I'm in a similar boat. The problem with tile trays is that oftentimes when you have some components in trays, it makes getting everything in the box a game of Tetris, and I don't love that.
Yeah. If the box isn't big enough for that kind of thing. Although for that game, it fits fine. The GMT tile tray fits nicely in the GMT box.
Yeah,
which is nice.
But there are some games. I think 24. I put stuff in a tray, and then I can fit everything in there, but it's not easy, and I might actually take tiles out of the tray.
I'm gonna keep my finished ones over here. Don't confuse them with your not finished ones, which are over here. Are you going to do both sets today? You're going to be stickering forever. I don't think.
No, I'm going to sticker until you leave, and then I'm going to leave these until we're ready to play it.
Okay.
I'll just have to close the door so
Cat doesn't. Yeah, Shmoo's going to smack these things around. All right, so I'm on my 4th minor. Woo! Now we're cruising.
I'm on my.
I usually do this
6th, but I'm only doing half of them.
Yeah, right. Which is the same as my 1 of them. Yeah. I usually sticker while watching TV with my wife. That's usually when I do this, because I can kind of do it actively, and it time passes pretty quickly while you're watching TV.
This is going to bother me.
What is?
It's blue being.
It won't. Come on, that won't bother you, really?
It's just weird that it's swapped.
I don't know what you're talking about. A GMT tray fitting in a GMT box? Look, I'm shocked. Yeah.
See those 2 colors?
Yes, they're almost identical blue.
But that is a dark blue.
Yeah.
It matches perfectly with that token, and the charter does too. And
it doesn't match perfectly. It does not. It matches better.
It matches better.
Very different. This is almost a purple navy.
This matches much, much better.
Okay.
And then this blue matches a lot better with the light blue.
Oh.
They clearly mixed up the colors in the printing.
Okay.
Because they're so close to the other.
It is such minutia, though.
It bothers me.
Okay. What was I going to say? Oh, speaking of GMT, 1848. They showed the map, right? They released the art for that. I am excited about that.
I saw the post about the artwork. It doesn't have colors on the different regions, does it?
No,
I actually like that better.
You don't
like
I liked
the
colors?
With the colors.
You did. Yeah, I liked it with the colors too. I thought it had more character. I wish they had kept them, but they didn't.
That makes me sad. It makes me want to find an old copy of it.
I will be happy to have the new one, personally. Just because I don't want to buy. I've seen some of the old ones go up for sale now.
That might be tough.
Like $200.
Some of the darker colors.
That is quite okay. So here's an example. Show the camera because they didn't see that. So this is the not operated side and the operated side of the NW. So there's an argument maybe for keeping the stickers off the back because that is quite similar looking.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know. Do I keep it off? Because then I got to take the other ones off too.
How many majors have you done?
I mean, I've only done 5. It's not a big deal. Oh, actually, I have only put the stickers on 4 of them. I didn't even do it on this one by accident. The majors,
Audible. I don't know. That's up to you.
If it was the minors where there's so many like similar shades of blue, I might be more hesitant to leave them blank because it could be hard to distinguish. But these are all pretty distinct colors. Like I don't know that I would get confused. I'm gonna sticker it.
Yeah, I think that we have the brain power to flip it over and say, wait, which one is this?
Yeah.
Right, where was I? I have my CV and my KK, is that right? KK is the 4th. CV is the 4th,
Typically, this isn't a piece of information that, like, you can screw up your game because you thought that it hadn't operated yet. And, like,
you could operate twice, but I feel like you would go, well, I operated.
Well, that's the thing. I think if you go to operate, you'd realize, oh, that is the operated side, like when you look at it closely.
Yes.
And I don't think it's the type of thing where somebody else is going to be like, oh, I thought your company hadn't operated yet because it looked like that was blue, not gray.
Maybe.
Now my whole turn is messed up. Like, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, probably not. I think I agree with you. All right, so here's the flow. I think we've hit our groove. You know, you got your minors that have the 2 small ones and the 2 larger ones. The 2 smaller ones are the double-sided. The 2 larger ones are unique per company and have a gray corresponding sticker on the other sheet, whereas the corresponding stickers on these sheets are not grayed out for the minors. That makes sense.
Yeah, I guess this scheme makes sense for what I assume is the majority of people that have one set of tokens, but it would have actually been nice to have an 1861 sheet with the front and back on the same sheet. And a 67 sheet with the front and back on the same sheet for the 2 sets.
Right. Joe, I was trying to give you or at least an opportunity for you to link your channel in case people are here checking out. If they want to see your stuff, feel free to drop a link to your channel in there, not just in our Discord. Happy to see more people contributing to the train game media space. It's a pretty small area of the world. SPW, which color? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I guess that's really it, is that it's just, before you do a sticker, just confirm that what you're doing makes sense. And if you screwed it up, you can peel a sticker off.
Yeah.
Really,
I guess if you do it quickly enough.
Oftentimes
they will get messed up.
Well, then you get a little super glue or white glue. It's not, irreparable damage unless you tear the sticker.
It depends on the game.
I guess.
the adhesives. Some of them you cannot pull them off without ruining the sticker.
Okay.
At least not the edges of the sticker, and if that bothers, that's something that'll bother you. Like it'll be, the edge will be white.
Yeah.
From peeling it off or whatever.
I think there was like one sticker of that in one of the recent games that I got because I had to remove a sticker, but it isn't really for me something that I will notice. I mean, I have like 20 train games I get to pull out once a year.
Besides, they'll get like that over time anyways.
Yeah.
So you've just worn it in.
Yeah, now it looks like you've played your game. Except for you don't remember the rules. How do you do this again?
It's like people that antique their furniture.
Yeah. Right.
You go and you jumble your tokens around in one of those tumblers.
Yeah. Just to look like a vet. SPW. I don't know. So what else is going on? I'm trying to think of what. So I'm doing a couple of async games right now. I've played a couple of games of 1830.
Nice.
I'm in my second game of 1830 with patrons right now, which is a game that you'd think that we, I guess listeners probably know that we're not huge 1830 players or really at all, but I have joined up a game since they put it on .games, and so the can pack is an 1830 is a company that's up in the top right corner of the map, and it is a good suitcasing company because most of the map develops in the north or in the east and then spreads west, but generally it doesn't go north unless someone starts the can back early, which isn't a great company to start or whatever. But there is a private that the can pack is essentially like in the top row, and it points to a dit, and there's a private that can lay that dit connecting to it from anywhere on the map. You don't need connectivity. And in my game, I was in a position where I said, I am going to suitcase the can pack.
But you didn't have the private.
I didn't have the private. Mike, actually in chat, Mike Anastasia, he had the private, I forget what it's called, for the can pack dit, and he in OR like 1.2 or 2.1 or something had laid that dit so it connected and made a valid route for it, so you can't suitcase that anymore. My brain refused to see that there was a valid route, and I was like, I can actually suitcase this thing. It doesn't have a valid route. And I started it, and everybody in the game, Len was in this game, and he was said afterwards, he was like, I was wondering what you were doing. But I started it, and I was in a position to I thought maybe I could exchange the 4 for a diesel because somebody bought a 6, and it was 1 6 facing. And I was like, oh, and I did manage to get a 6 in one company and a diesel in the other, but I had to pay out of pocket and sell a bunch of shares. And I ended up and I did this to myself because I opened up the can pack and I was like, I am going to suitcase. And then I immediately had to buy a train for the suitcase because Mike had laid this stupid thing.
I thought it was going to be even worse than that, where
the CSL.
I thought you were going to say that you opened it before privates closed, and as soon as you opened it, the person who had the private then laid it.
That would have been better, right? Yeah,
yeah. You would have felt less bad about it because you couldn't didn't see it coming, but you just didn't see it on the board.
Oh my god! But it was fun. I actually had a pretty good time playing 1830. I was a little bit surprised because I sometimes stock trashing games, but I have an open mind for this one, and I know people love it. I know there's lots of people who love 1830, and really look up to it as far as like a pinnacle design. And I had a good time playing. We're in a second game where it takes a little while, although to get through like stock rounds with all the passing and stuff. But Dot Games now has automation for like auto float a company and pass until this happens built in. Have you noticed that?
No.
And I think even now.
I saw there was a tab for it, but I haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Mike whistles innocently. I thought you said inconspicuously. Let's see, purple. Next guy. So yeah, it's good. We should get a game of it on stream sometime once we've played a handful of times on there, and everyone can see. What am I doing? No, that's a major. This is a minor. This is the KR. That one. Whew, that was close.
Pay attention.
I know.
We're gonna stop talking now, and
so we can concentrate on our stickering. It's interesting. Look at how many shades of blue there are.
Yeah. And
then it's like a purple, a pink, an orange. I find that interesting. I wonder about how those colors were considered, if they're all just like for colorblind friendliness reasons, or like why are they or is that unfriendly? I don't know. Blues isn't a colorblind, so I actually don't know. I know there's different types of colorblindness. There's red, green, and there's like yellow, blue, maybe? I don't know. There's like 3 or 4 different types that I'm aware of.
But you think maybe people that are like red, green colorblind can more easily differentiate between different shades of blue than they could different shades of green?
That's what I mean. So, all right, Scott, thanks for joining and keeping us in line. He said off to make dinner since it looks like you've all got the stickering in order. We have figured it out, thanks to mostly you guys.
Thanks.
This was not a stream to show off the stickering. It's just a stream so that you guys could tell us how to sticker the game.
All right, I'm on to the minors.
No, Mike, you didn't ruin it for me, and it was I honestly ruined that game I gave Mike the game in doing that. He won, and I just basically I ruined my position, and then I forced the other 2 players, Len and Tom, to almost go. Well, actually, Tom did go bankrupt, but Len almost went bankrupt. He ended up with like $300 in net worth, and then Tom was like $200 after he went bankrupt, and like it was like $200 $300, $350, and then like Mike with like $1,500. It was so funny.
Because of you?
Yes, because of me. Because I did the suitcase and I broke the diesels. When it was, I did that, and then immediately like put myself in last place or the third place. So I should not have done that.
Right.
But it was too late when I opened the company. We were doing it, and I was like, okay, I get to see how this goes.
Did it swing the like? Did it look like Mike was probably going to win anyways?
Mike was in. It was me and Mike up front, I think. I don't know. Maybe that's not accurate, but I could have, if I hadn't opened that, I think I probably could have just invested smartly. There was only one major left to open. It was a can pack, so that's the one that I went with. But I should have not done it, I think.
Well, clearly.
It was interesting. I like, so we've been playing 4-player, the 2 games that I played, and I do kind of enjoy that you can, like, even if you get stuck with a B&O, you can still float it like the next, like SR2 or something like that. You're not sitting around forever waiting.
Yeah, we played 5-player when we did our half game.
Yeah. I think I might like 4 initially anyway. All right, so
some of these do overhang like a lot. You know you said a lot. You know, this is like every game, but some of these are quite bad.
Are they?
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it depends because they're variable, but like those overhang in every direction. Like maybe could have centered it a little better, but it overhangs pretty much 360 degrees. So
yeah, I've had a few like this. I would just squeeze these down and you sort of handle it a little bit and press it in.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think they're going anywhere.
I'm not worried about the sticker.
Actually, I think it helps. Like, it makes it easier to pick them up because you grab that sticker. I don't know.
Maybe
it's not a problem for me anyway.
Yeah, I agree. It's not a major problem. I just wanted to point out that I don't normally see some of these are worse than I normally see. Yeah. So I think the complaint is valid.
Did you see? I don't know. I should check what her name was, but I was on Twitter the other day.
Facebook, the person that posted the shirt thing?
Yeah.
That was Facebook.
It was on Twitter first, and then it was on Facebook.
Oh.
It's on both places. Was it Gaming After Dark, I think, is what her, like 50% of Gaming After Dark? Where is it? Brianna at 50% Gaming After Dark. Gaming After Bed 2, Gaming After Bedtime. Posted a picture of her wearing the It Ain't Over Till the Bank Breaks hey Rana t-shirt that we designed, and dropped a link when somebody asked, and so we've seen a couple more of those go, which is cool. I actually finally bought one of mine. Yeah, I'm excited. That was awesome though. It's really fun seeing the shirts.
Yeah.
Let's see. I just saw something on Twitter for somebody talking about this. Scrumboyd on Twitter. Did you order 2 sets of tokens? I forgot that I did. Not quite sure why I did order the extra set, come to think of it. And wasted time trying to figure out what was going on before realizing. I highly suggest using the photos on BGG to help. And he had linked some of those. Okay, yeah. So we have both, obviously.
It is cool seeing people wearing our shirts. It'll be neat when we can do in-person events and like see people wearing our designs.
Yeah. We've been sort of hinting at down the line, maybe in a year or two, like a ShuffleCon, and I would really like to make that happen. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. Something just like rent a hotel out, like reserve some space around here, and then just stay at the hotel, just like a little mini TotalCon kind of thing, but just people for us.
Just patrons, or
not just patrons? No, I don't know. Maybe we can talk about that, but I was just like,
Well, you said like TotalCon, but so I didn't know.
Just training.
Just training.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't restrict it to just patrons.
Yeah.
I'd like to get. I think that it'd be fun if we got like 20 people, or something like that.
I think there'd be, especially if we do it soon after COVID. I think a lot of people will show up.
Yeah, oh, not too soon after COVID, I guess.
Because everybody's missing
the train fix.
Yeah.
Anybody still with us? Or do we lose you all to our mindless chatter? What time is it? 5:27. Oh no.
What time is dinner?
I should go. That's what that means. Oh man.
You're not even going to finish your... oh, you only have one set, so you're not going to finish one set.
I'm not even going to get through quite a bit of it, actually. It will take a while, just with the rate that I've been stickering and talking. I got through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minors and a major. Most of it was figuring out how it works, though, honestly.
So I think if Josh sells out of these, does a reprint, obviously, make the stickers a little smaller, but I would also say don't use the same design for the grayed out ones. Just make them actually look different.
Or make them a lot more grayed out. I don't know.
Yeah, or something. But he could have just, like on the ones with the design, he could have gotten rid of the design and just had a gray MKV on the back. Solid gray background.
Yeah, without the whatever they're called.
Like the way they did this one. This one doesn't have the little symbols.
Or no, it does. It's just gray.
Oh,
it's invisible.
It is. It's just invisible.
Yeah.
Okay, so he did do the same thing on both.
Yeah. But. So all this is to say, hindsight is 20/20, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't mean to pick on Josh.
Yeah. But there are some, it's his first game, so there are definitely some improvements he could make for 89 and for, if he has to do reprints of this. I don't know if he's, what his stock looks like, if he thinks he's going to sell out and do another printing, but
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I mean, part of his goal is to have games, 18xx games available on shelves.
Right.
You can walk into a store. Yeah. So I assume that.
I also think that Scott is trying to get up in demand printing going. So availability in general is a lot better now, and especially with so many copies out there, I've seen a lot of aftermarket stuff available too. Mm-hmm. So the aftermarket is healthy right now, although I don't expect that to last necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, if Scott, I don't know if Scott's changed his model, but his model was quite different. His goal, as I understood it, was not to have these things available to order on Amazon or anything like that. It was
but through him,
he was just going to warehouse a certain number and then print if there was demand to print another, set.
Okay.
At least that was the way I understood it. Whereas it's just a different model. I don't think Scott wants to hold the. I don't think Scott wants to hold the inventory.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean.
Yeah. MKAE. Well, I think that's probably as far as I will be able to go. If you want to sticker in silence, you can do that.
No, I think I will.
We're probably going to wrap the stream up here, folks.
Yeah, I'm not going to put people through that. Watching me do this in silence.
You can talk and try and chat. I'm so lucky to have discovered 18xx in the last 15 months. Yeah, it was a great time to get into it. If your wallet was ready for the onslaught, that was mostly AAG, I think.
Almost all AAG, pretty much.
It was a lot. But there was, I guess, Lonnie, a couple games from Lonnie, 1840, 18 Mag, this.
But Lonnie's like one. Lonnie's like three. Lonnie's like one a year.
Right.
Scott's like 4 every quarter.
Yeah. For now, I mean, it's gonna slow down, but yeah. Okay. So I got through one row of minors on the phase tracker anyway. I didn't quite get through the top row.
It didn't occur to me that I started on major, so there's twice as many tokens.
That's true. Yeah, so quite a bit more tokens.
I got through all of the majors and 4 minors.
Yeah. I'll probably be doing this during TV time tonight or while my wife is playing Horizon Zero Dawn or something like that.
How far is she in that?
She's level 20. I don't know exactly.
She's got to friend me on PlayStation.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Well,
So do we have? So we don't right now. I think maybe next week we're gonna look to record an episode of the podcast.
Where's mine?
I pulled one from over there. I don't know. We'll sort them out before we, one of our box and everything up. But yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah,
Joe
everyone.
and Scott and Mike and sorry, no, I was looking at the chat. Everybody who joined, that was nice to chat. We'll do it again sometime. Johnny's got a million AGs. You should just leave this. And then whenever you feel inspired to go don't even give warning.
Just leave the camera rolling.
Yeah, just have the stream going indefinitely. No, but when you feel like sticking a game next time, just come down here and turn on your stream and chat with people. No, you don't want to do that?
I think
I would do that.
I think because I don't have people talking back, I would maybe start chatting with people.
Well, I could come downstairs and
start to
Discord chat with you on thing, and I don't know.
Yeah, if you jumped on with Mike and we're talking, how would we do that?
Or maybe during the next podcasting episode. No, don't be distracted by that.
Yeah, we could do it over Discord or Zoom or something. Have you in there.
All right. Thanks for joining,
people
everybody.
really watch our channel for stickering.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Yes, have a good night. And I have not prepared to end the stream.
Run your trains and pay your divs.
You remembered it. Run your trains and pay your divs. See you, everybody. Good night.